Welcome back to Bets and Regrets, where the parlays are dead, but the confidence is still sky high. This week, the NBA playoffs are getting toxic in the second round. NHL playoff hockey continues to be absolute chaos, and the Brewers are finally healthy enough to give Milwaukee fans false hope again. We've also got March Madness expanding because apparently 68 teams wasn't already enough, NFL rookie holdouts causing drama before training camp, and UFC 328 where somebody's definitely getting slept and ruining parlays across America. Grab a drink, delete your betting history, and let's get into it. I'm Brogan.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Nick.
And boys, let's get into it. Apologies if I sound like ass. I am traveling. If you can't tell, I have a new background. If you are watching the video version of this, which nobody does. And anyways, Nick, last week you were a clown. This
Uh-huh.
week you seem to not be a clown.
Uh-huh.
Floor is yours to explain how you transformed from clown to human again.
I just got busy last week, and every time it's just like it was last second shit, just kept piling up, and then eventually I was like, I just can't fucking do it unless if I do it in my car. So I apologize for being gone, but I will still gloat that I went 4-0 the week prior. So Sean thought I didn't know puck. Sean, do you have any comments
Uh,
about me not knowing puck?
I stand corrected. It's still a long season. Let's see if you can keep it going.
It's actually pretty short at this point because it's postseason for it. So that just shows your puck knowledge right there, buddy.
Okay, well, we'll tail the experts this week. Hint, hint.
So maybe we should have resolved this before we got live here, but Nick, do you feel like you should have to take any shots from missing last episode? Obviously, it's tough because you don't necessarily have any shots from last episode because you went 4-0. But what are your opinions on that?
I feel like I shouldn't have to take any shots for it. Um, because I feel like we've.
Pop out.
I think the only one that hasn't missed an episode is Sean.
Brother, this guy stinks!
I hope Sean. I think Sean's the only one that hasn't missed an episode, and I don't think we've done drinks for people missing episodes.
Now, as somebody who has missed an episode, I have never
Get your
committed
picks
to
in.
certain times and not had picks, and then when we're going to record the episode, just completely be gone.
It was known beforehand though. We knew like the day prior.
A day prior, we knew the day of. We called you.
Yeah,
and
hours before, we were scrambling.
What? I sent Brogan over the documents to be able to record it nice and easy, like the
No,
morning
no, no,
of.
no. We knew I was recording, but we still
Oh,
thought you were joining. Is what I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, if you
All right.
guys want me to, I can.
No, I mean I want you to just do whatever you feel right's in your heart. So, if you want a victory lap, you're 4-0 because you couldn't last week. I am okay with that.
I feel like I don't know, Sean. Let's hear your opinions on this. Actually, I don't know if I care about your opinions to be honest, because I already know what they're
I
gonna
am
be.
I am never going to discourage someone from staying sober for a weekend, especially for an episode. And yeah, I think you should at least be half penalized, get you half points there. If you put in some picks, I'd be a little bit more lenient, but you didn't. You were on call with us, and you're like, I'm going. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was in my
Left
car.
Brogan and I pissing in the wind.
I gave you guys some technical expertise before I left.
Okay. Well, the viewers don't need to listen to us air all of our dirty laundry out. So, Sean, as somebody who is a man of the people, somebody who is not afraid to take some shots and put some picks in, you did go 2-2 last week. Do you want to go over your regrets from last week?
I'm fucking pumped. I don't have to take 3 shots this time. Yeah, we went 2-2. Nick's money line. They put a fucking hurting on that Hawks team. Hawks got something building, but they're not there yet. So Nick's got me there, and then the DC Defenders for my parlay of the week covered that pretty easy at -4.5. They're probably the best team in the UFL, so I might just, if I'm ever scrambling, I'll probably just do that again, which I probably should have done in hindsight tonight, but I forgot. So then my 2 shots that I got to take were because of the Boston money line / Tatum over 8 rebounds parlay that did not hit. Tatum got 10 plus boards before the first half, but Boston let those pesky Sixers hang around, and they ended up losing the series because of it. So that one cost me. And then the next one is my Nerfy of the day for the following day, the 27th, the Rangers Tigers Nerfy. And I think it was just like another bottom of the first inning bomb or something. It was just one run, one too many, especially for a Nerfy game. So that's all right. I just got to stop doing that. I just got to stop putting them on my locks because whenever I do, it just does not work. So I got 2 shots. We're damn near going to finish this bottle of Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine. So yeah, I'll do these 2 shots super quick.
All right, Nick, since you don't have any bets to go over, I shall go over mine quickly. As it's been brought up, right? 4-0 on the week. Pistons -3.5. That hit. Brewers run line -1.5 against the Nationals last week hit. Cortez got it done. And then the Vegas Golden Knights just killed the Mammoth like they were some old prehistoric humans, and knocked them out of the playoffs. So 4-0 back-to-back weeks. They said it couldn't be done. Nick was too scared to try to go for it. So I do believe, though, by going 4-0, I have the power to give out a shot. Last week, I was a gentleman and didn't want Sean drinking alone, so I gave it to myself. This week, I'm also a gentleman, and I'm going to give it to you, Nichalis. Just because I don't want you to be left out.
Thank you so much. I'm assuming because I missed my week, I won't be able to disperse a shot to the people. Correct?
Yeah, if you look at the rules, which obviously the viewers can't see, but we do have a spreadsheet that's the rules. And it's the rule number 4 says if you get them all right, you get to give out a shot that week only. Now, the rule might have been amended.
I was about to say
Love the
the only sounds very specific now. It sounds very specific here.
There was a majority vote last week.
Yeah, I believe if we established last week that if you were going to give me a shot this week, I was going to say kick rocks, pound sand, get fucked. So nothing happening.
Yeah. I mean, I should have been there at the owners' meeting, so my apologies.
Yep.
That's my fault
That's
for
all right.
not getting my shit passed.
That's all right. We've been busting your balls enough. That shot, that pull, yep, glorious. Appreciate it. And now I feel like we can move on, put this behind us, and get into some news here. And I mean, the story that just keeps on giving. Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini allegedly having some time together every week. I mean, possibly every day. It seems like there's something new that comes out.
At least every other day.
How do you have this much like blackmail or private investigation stuff going back to like 2020 or 2021, like that you're just sitting on? Like, how did this story not come out sooner?
Well, I'm sure part of it was like some of these guys are like just hanging out or whatever. Like, oh, check out this photo from back in the day, like 3-4 years ago, where we were at the bar. That's Mike Vrabel in the background. Who's this chick that he's with? Oh shit! Like, I don't know. It's just weird. And then, I mean, the shit that came out most recently, where you invite another man's wife that is 7 months pregnant out on a boat with you. I mean, for all you It's Always Sunny fans, I mean, the implication is there. When you're out in the open waters with another man, come on. It's the implication.
Yeah. Dude, it's just...
Yeah,
it doesn't look good. Like, obviously...
Are they trying to get Vrabel fired? Like, they just keep throwing pieces out here. Like, I don't think it's a fireable offense for Vrabel, but like...
Do you think Robert Kraft...
Do
you think Robert Kraft, out of all owners, gives a fuck about what their coaches do sexually? No. He'd be throwing stones while living in a glass house, man.
So when the Celtics were eliminated from the NBA playoffs, I don't know if you guys watch Inside the NBA or whatever with Chuck, Shaq, Kenny, all those guys. They had this like animation where it was pretty much a cruise or a boat, and it was all like Boston fans, like Bill Simmons, Ben Affleck, all those guys. And then in the front of the boat, it was Mike Vrabel and Rossini doing the Titanic, like holding at the waist and King of the World or whatever. So they were just out there having a good time last week with that.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, just wild, I guess, that it keeps getting drug out here. We kind of talked about this. I feel like 3 pods ago, which is well over a month. I feel like, and it just doesn't stop. Every day, every other day, like Sean said, it just seems like there's more pieces that are allegedly thrown out to the media. So
I mean, he missed the draft on, what was it, that Saturday to go to
day
the
three, yeah,
go to therapy with his wife and possibly
yeah.
children. So
Well, and like, okay, something that I kind of just thought of, like, he met with the team too, like before all of this, like more information has came out.
yeah.
You like, what are the odds he actually came clean with the team versus like just told the team like it was a one-time fling? Like, because I feel like when
What do you
he
think he told his
initially,
wife? Like, do you think this is a
well,
one-time thing? Like this?
not that it matters, but like, does he lose some like locker room respect or does he gain it?
I think he's still a player's coach. Like the players rally around him. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think you're able to, once you step into the office, you're kind of able to differentiate it a little bit. The players from everywhere he's gone seem to just love him. I'd be more concerned if I was his family. I'd be more
Yeah.
concerned about what he told his wife and kids, possibly about like, look, it was one time we had a couple too many drinks or something. But if you're seeing pictures from months and possible pregnancies where might be yours, might not, regardless, puts a. I feel for the husband. I feel for the wife. Like it's real bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, let's move on, I guess, to something that's
Yeah.
maybe more happier. The NBA playoffs.
I will say though, the last thing is Dave Canales, the current head coach for the Panthers, right? He wrote a book about his like porn addiction or something like that, how it was like ruining his life, ruining his marriage. Do you think Vrabes does something with that? Think he capitalizes?
I mean, as a dude who's been getting into literature more often, I'd read a Braves book, I think, just to get a more sense of the man,
Be a
and
good
who
read.
he is.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, moving on to the NBA playoffs. Sean, you talked about players having respect for Vrabel. I don't think the Oklahoma City Thunder players have any respect for the goddamn rules of basketball.
What?
Watching these guys flop nonstop is like me in middle school basketball. And listen, I get it. It works.
Like you in high school basketball too.
I didn't see the court in high school, but
What are you talking about? You played
it
in a
is
playoff
such.
game. You were in a playoff
I remember
game.
those. I remember those JV games, buddy. I was on the sideline I was on the student section
You
getting
were the
hyped.
starter at the half. What are you talking
Yeah.
on a playoff game?
I did drop double digits in a playoff game. However,
I never take that away.
watching the Thunder players flop all over the place, like Chet Holmgren acted like he got hit in the face, I think, like last night or in the last game when he like no hands even like came close to his face. Like it's bad for basketball, and I hate that they're the best team because they are super talented. But man, it just frustrates me to see them getting those calls every single night.
Well, that's kind of the reputation that they've upholded, and it's not like they're like the new kids on the block where they're just getting every single call, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is the first year that they're doing this." Like once you get to that certain level of stardom, you kind of right, wrong, or indifferent, you get that kind of credibility from the refs. So it's kind of like this happened like a long time ago, but back in the NFL when like Cam Newton was getting his shit rocked for. Should have been probably late hits or roughing the passers, and officials were just saying like, "Oh, it's not your time. Like you haven't earned anything yet." All that shit. I mean, they are like SGA is one of the best players. He's going to win another MVP, and is there foul baiting? Yes, but again, you can blame the Europeans that came a decade and a half before him. You can blame the Manu Ginobili's and all that who stole that shit from soccer. So. All I got to say on that one.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole. I just hate watching flopping. I mean, I know LeBron's been doing it for decades. I'm joking, but I was hoping to rage bait Sean there for a second.
No.
Yeah, I don't
Not gonna
know.
happen.
Flopping's never good in any sport. You know, it just degrades the game. Where it's like when James Harden was getting all the calls back in the day, like it didn't matter. You know that he was gonna get a fucking call, It's just the James Harden effect 2.0. You know, that's what SGA is.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like there's no contact, though, because you'll see some of these guys banging down low. And again, it's because he's a pasty, pale white. But, like, if you look at a Nikola Jokic press conference after the game, you can see so much scratch marks and, like, bruises and shit up and down that dude's arm. So there is definitely contact coming on. But
Yeah, Sean, as our resident expert in the pod of NBA, are there any good second round matchups? I know we're only 2 games into all the series, right? But 3 of the series are 2-0 leads. The Spurs Timberwolves is 1-1 currently. Are we going to get any competitive games outside of that Timberwolves Spurs series?
So the Thunder Lakers, yeah, we'll just start in the West. That Thunder Lakers one, it's 2-0. I mean, the Lakers' probably best shot to win one of those games was game 2. OKC didn't look great, and they still just ran them out of the court, ran them off the court. The Lakers are still shorthanded, right? They don't have their guy Luka yet. LeBron has been attempting to hold it down, though. He's 40-something years old, and the media won't let you forget about it. He's incredible, and he has been for 2 decades, and I feel like a lot of people just don't appreciate that. But Austin Reeves is so-so. He did not do much game 2, so that was kind of sad to see. But, yeah, OKC's just a buzzsaw. They're going to just be coasting to the conference finals. The T-Wolves Spurs is probably, like you said, about the most intriguing matchup. I didn't expect them to get the first game, but they stole it. Wemby didn't necessarily look great offensively. The Spurs as a whole kind of looked sluggish that first game. And yeah, I mean, Minnesota came, punched him in the mouth, and then you could see it in game 2. They were just happy to have it 1-1 going back to Minnesota. But I think that one probably goes 5, maybe 6 for the Spurs. On the what do we got? On the eastern side of the bracket, though, I mean, we got Pistons, Cavs. That's kind of going how it's expected. 2-0 lead going, or kind of switching courts and everything. The Cavs have not looked good at all. Cade has just absolutely outplayed the guards in the backcourt of the Cavs. I mean, Mobley has been all right, so, but they've kind of revamped the trade talks about him and Giannis to the Bucks and everything, which I'd be all right with. I mean, Mobley's a fine player. Jared Allen hasn't really been doing too much, and we've reverted back to classic Jim Harden playoff form, where he's been abysmal the last 2 games. And Donovan Mitchell, I mean, he's fine, I guess. Like he's a really good playoff player, but he's gotten the Jazz past series in the past, but I just don't think that they have enough to take on this Detroit team that's just tougher and all around better. But the Knicks 76ers series is probably about the most intriguing. Joel Embiid got hurt and was a scratch from game 2. He was taking a beating that first game, and watching the Knicks, man, it's just so much fun to watch. I had the pleasure, like I've said a couple times in the pod, of being in the same in-house when the Bucks rolled out their fucking C team against a team that Jalen Brunson could have legitimately dropped 100 on if it was a close game. And watching Jalen Brunson, especially game 1, when he shoots it, you never don't feel like that ball's going in. Like you could damn near pull up from the logo and be like, all right, that's prime Steph Curry. That thing's going in. But he's a really good. He'll just try and distribute the ball too. I mean, Cat's been playing good. OG got hurt. I'm not sure if he was actually. I haven't looked at the injury lineup. I don't know if he was in. I don't think he was or is playing tonight. Friday, May 8th, for those of you that are live stamping this game or this pod. But it should be an overall good series. I think that, though, the Knicks will probably win this in 5 or 6. Probably 5 if I had to put money on it. But, yeah, I mean, the conference finals are going to be where the good shit's going to happen, the top 4 teams, and then hopefully into the NBA finals, where I just hope it goes 5, 6, 7 games and just makes it an overall good series. So we'll see. But a lot of good basketball to be played yet.
All right. Well, then, Nick, I'm going to throw it your way now as the resident puck expert.
Sure.
All your puck bets hit. Do you want to give us a brief overview of the NHL playoffs? I see your Hurricanes have not lost a game in the playoffs yet.
Yeah.
Almost have 2 series sweeps.
Yeah, it's just the Hurricanes have been dominant for the past couple of seasons. And I didn't become a Hurricanes fan because of they were good. I became a Hurricanes fan because I did some flight training down in North Carolina. And the guys down there were like, you got to watch our Canes, man. I'm like, okay. So they were the first puck team. I don't know. It's genuinely, it's a Hurricane season to lose once again. There are a lot of very, very good teams still left in the playoffs. I think the best team that can really give the Hurricanes any type of issue is the Avalanche. But I genuinely don't believe that the Avalanche's defense is good enough to keep the Hurricanes at bay. The Avalanche's defense is like it's okay. They're kind of, if you've been watching the Avalanche and the Wild series, they have been giving up a lot of points. Hint, hint at my bets this week. They've been giving up more points than what you would like a playoff puck team to do, but they're scoring a lot of points themselves. So they're a high-flying offense. Just their defense is lacking in according to other playoff teams. So honestly, the Hurricanes winning it all is a very safe bet. I don't even know what it's at right now. What is it at right now? I'm kind of curious. What does the Green Book say for can I even
The Blue Book says plus 160, and they are the favorites.
Yeah, okay. Green Book actually puts the Avalanche at 155 to win it all. Yeah, so the Avalanche, I don't know. I would say it's the Canes' year. So it's between those two teams, but I think the Canes have a better all-around team. Yeah, I'd say the Hurricanes have just an all-around better team, and I could totally see them, the Avalanche, like kind of imploding when it comes to the Hurricanes, and just giving up too many fucking points, man. That's my biggest issue with the Avalanche. Is they just too many fucking points.
The Canes win it all. We got to get you a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Sweater, I think, actually. If they win it all, you got to get a sweater. We'll get you a sweater.
Yeah, dude.
That's true.
Give me a sweater. I'd love that. But yeah, so that's all I got. That's all I got for the puck. I don't think it's going to be too exciting, genuinely. I think it's just going to come down to those two teams. And I totally think that the Avalanche are not the Hurricanes are just going to win out. I don't think, it's going to be a close-ish series, but the Hurricanes are definitely going to show the league why they are the number one team.
You're just saying fast forward this shit to June.
Essentially, dude. It's the rest of the playoffs. It's just you already know who's gonna be in the finals. Like you already know. So
yeah. Just speaking of fast forwarding, some would say we need to fast forward the MLB season because we're starting to get to the point where baseball's been back, and now the stretch from May to September or late August means about nothing to the casual fan, and then everybody will tune back in September. I am not a casual fan, and I know Sean is not, as he continues to pump out the Nerfies for all the people on Twitter. So make sure you are checking that out because Sean is giving out some nice Nerfies. Sean, the Brew Crew's finally getting healthy. They still don't have Yelich back, right? But got Andrew Vaughn back, who hit a bomb the other day, and Jackson Chourio.
Yeah,
Jackson Chourio in his first game back, every hit was over 100 miles an hour, so just squaring the ball up. Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, those are essentially, you could say that the Brewers were playing about 500 ball, and then we just got two just drop-dead prospects, so that are just tearing the cover off the ball. So I'm liking where we're at. We were 3 games above 500 with a reasonable schedule. I mean, we got lucky with playing the struggling Bo Sox, and I think there's 1 or 2 other series in there, but overall, yeah, series has been fine. We do have a series coming up this weekend against the Yanks, so that should be pretty telling about where we're at. We still have damn near no pitching. So once we get that back, once we get Priester and everybody buzzing again, we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Cubs are on a 9-game winning streak. I think they walked
God.
off the Reds like 3 nights in a row this week. Reds are on a 7-game losing streak, I think, too, and they are still above 500. The entire NL Central is above 500. It's just a murderer's row this year. It's good to see because, in previous years, the NL Central was sometimes just kind of a dumpster fire outside of like whoever was the top team. So competitive NL Central to start the year. Baseball is moving along at its slow speed but high speed at the same time. And the good news is there's always a baseball game to bet pretty much every single day, besides the All-Star break. So,
Yeah.
anything else about baseball?
Casual fans come and go, and that'll bring us to the next point, though, that I did want to say. I know, Nick, you said that the Yankees are your team, and then the Brewers are obviously in your heart. But I think that you should have a nice little side piece in the NL to fall back on. I mean, for me personally, it's the Brewers, and I like to go a little bit out to the Pacific Northwest. I root for the Mariners from time to time. I like the Phillies in the NL. Fuck the Mets, obviously. But I got a large financial piece on the Dodgers, but you need to adopt an NL team.
Yeah, I know very little about baseball.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just there for vibes most of the time. So going and picking up a team is a little bit foreign to me. Because usually, at birth, your team's already decided. You've like at birth, like if you're unfortunate enough to become a Bears fan because you were born in Chicago, like that just sucks. GG rip. But like being
Your parents love paint thinner.
28-year-old who gets to choose a team, that's just tough. In my
Exciting.
humble opinion, it's
Exciting times.
It is, but I don't know. I don't know if like I would have to like really buy into it to like get into it. You know what I mean? Like I can't just like half-heartedly pick up a team.
So as the moderator here, can we potentially have some research done in the next week, and then maybe next week we surprise our listeners with Nick's NL team? Is a week enough time?
A week would be enough time, but do you want me just to pick a fucking team?
Well, I also think if you want to get crazy with 2 AL teams, 2028, the Oakland Athletics that are currently just the Athletics because they're playing in parts unknown in California, I think. San Jose, maybe? Right?
Sacramento.
Maybe? Sacramento. They are going to be moving to Las Vegas in 2028 with a brand new spanking stadium, state of the art. So
Nobody wants
you
to
get
be in
behind the
Oakland?
A's.
Nobody wants to be in Oakland. Everybody just wants to be in Vegas instead of Oakland.
Oakland's a fucking dump. They played the same Coliseum that the Raiders played at.
Yeah, I know.
That's why. Yeah, but I mean, that's where I'm also putting a little bit of stock in the A's here in 2028. That's going to be a fun team.
Whoa, don't try and sell me before I make my decision, okay? Don't influence it.
I know. You can do a little bit of research, kind of look around, see where you want to visit.
We'll add it to the rundown for next week. Nick picks an NL team.
Oh god.
It'll be an entire segment.
Oh god.
Talking about picks, a lot of people like to pick the perfect bracket. It's going to get a lot harder than the already impossible that it was because the NCAA March Madness expands their field. I personally hate it. I don't know if I'm just like an old head here, but if you aren't good enough to get into the tournament already, what's the point of like adding some extra teams? Like we gotta get more SEC and Big Ten schools into the tournament. Like we gotta get a whole conference into a tournament. What are we doing here?
So I haven't looked too much into. I just put this rundown because I saw it the other day and I thought it was flashy and I kind of am into it. I've been as someone that's been watching shitty mid-major after shitty mid-major tournament. Excuse me. The idea appeals to me. Obviously, yeah, it's probably going to be a couple more. Even if it's 8 different teams are going to be in or have a new chance for a bid now. Yeah, so even if it's like 4 big conferences and then 4 smaller mid-major schools that finished overall first place in their conference tournament, but lost, or first place in their conference schedule, and then lost in the conference tournament. I'm fine with that. Anytime you get a little bit more competition, it's fine. Obviously, March Madness is kind of going the way of the chalk, with the mid-major schools kind of getting all their good players getting picked up and kind of hitting the transfer portal and going to some of these other schools. But every once in a while, you do get occasionally 5 starters that have been there for 2, 3, 4 years, and by the time they're seniors, they got a pretty good cohesion. It's very rare, but every once in a while, and maybe that's a team that could make a little bit of a tournament run. Are they going to make the Final Four or win the whole thing? No. Could they make it to like the Sweet 16, the Elite 8? Maybe. No, I'm into it. I just like more basketball at that time of year. I'm a junkie. Put it in my vein.
Obviously, March is an amazing time of the year. I guess I'm not complaining about having more games to watch, but just like we're going to have more. I feel like it's not going to work out for the mid majors like everybody hopes it will. I feel like it's just going to be like a bad Big Ten team, bad SEC team, whatever. Did you also potentially hear the news about Darren Peterson, the potential first overall pick? So he was, for those of you who don't know, he mysteriously missed a lot of games or portions of games this year for Kansas. So one of the big question marks is like, can this dude even play? Well, a story came out this week that apparently he had some like blood work done, and it showed he had elevated levels of creatine in his blood that then was causing cramping, and that's why I guess he was missing some game time. So does Kansas just have creatine in their water? How does that happen?
Yeah, it's probably something that the trainer, that he probably has his own guy, right? And he's like, oh, take these supplements. They're 100% legal too. You're not going to get popped with anything. And he's probably just taking a certain amount of creatine, maybe just up the dosage depending. And yeah, I don't know. Part of it though, like, I don't know. His NIL contract was weird too. Like, Bill Self, if he, I don't know how Bill Self allowed that last season, because that was kind of a joke. The players didn't have any cohesion. It was kind of in and out. And when the players, honestly, when Peterson wasn't playing, it was a little bit better. Yeah. And then he comes back and he tries to see how he fits into the offense. It was a weird time. And fortunately, the Bucks have no chance at getting this guy. So I'm all right with it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's move on to what started this show, some NFL news. I wanted to lead off with this one, even though it's not in the correct order. Brandon McManus released by the Packers. So
news to me.
Yeah,
you didn't know that, dude?
No, I didn't.
Dude, yeah.
I didn't.
Fuck that guy.
You missed one too many kicks around here, buddy.
Fuck that guy.
Yep.
I won't say fuck that guy, but
I mean,
all in, all board on the rookie for the Packers.
Good.
I mean, we've seen it in the past with Anders Carlson, and there's another kicker or whatever that didn't really work for us, but it's tough. I mean, Lambeau it's just the winds swirl around there all the time. We've all been in there multiple times, and I love it. But for kickers and punters in the special teams unit, it's tough in there. And he's what is he? Florida. He's SEC,
Yep.
So I mean, not necessarily the most familiar with kicking.
But
What's the farthest north he's probably kicked for? Not Virginia, Tennessee, maybe.
he was in the NFL for quite a long time. I know he played with the Lions, and
No. I'm talking about the rookie that we got.
Oh, the rookie. Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
That's my only concern. I mean, yeah, McManus he's a seasoned veteran, and yeah, he's been all over. I know they made a big stink about. I'm switching back now to the rookie, but I've already forgot his name. I'll definitely be remembering it by the time August rolls around. But
Tyler Smash. It's something Smash. I want to say it's Tyler Smash.
Smack.
You got another Smash, bro.
Smack.
Smack dab in the middle. Love it. Yeah. So I mean, I know they made a big stink about him kicking in a dome, but I don't really care about that as much because he's kicked outside in a lot of these like very hostile elements in SEC country. So I know the fans aren't going to get to him. It's just whether or not he's going to be able to read the wind direction and everything for me personally, but we'll see. I like us taking a shot at it. What is he, a 6th-round pick?
7th.
Yeah.
We can get 7th. Yeah, we can get somebody. We can find somebody off the scrap heap if worse comes to worse.
Dude,
Oh.
Yep.
yeah. I'm very glad that we learned our lesson from Carlson and decided to just move on immediately. You know, not like doing this fucking pussyfoot game where you're like, oh, well. It's like, no, just fucking
Well,
axe them and move on.
kickers are a finicky bunch though, right? Like
A little bit,
sometimes
yeah.
it's just not the right fit or like organization standpoint, and then sometimes he gets released, and then the next team he's just gonna go 95% for his career. So it's tough. There's a lot of moving parts involved in that.
Yeah, a little
Yep.
bit, but I don't know. I don't know. I think the Packers since Crosby have had like what 14 kickers since Crosby.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Like I think I saw a tweet somebody saying like yeah we've had 14 kickers since Crosby's left. I'm like that sounds about right. We were very blessed for a very long time to have a very solid kicker, and then now we're in this fucking limbo of being like yeah our kickers cost us 2 playoff games now that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would rather make a knee-jerk reaction when it comes to kickers and hope that we hit somebody that's not fucking dog shit. So,
Good shot.
yeah.
Yeah, and the Jets also extended Brees Hall for 3 years and like 45 mil. So he was franchise tagged, and I believe he was in some trade talks this offseason as well. But the Jets re-signed Brees Hall, so I don't know. Kind of sucks because like I think Brees Hall is really good, but seeing him on the Jets is just anemic.
I don't
So
understand what the Jets are trying to do as an organization. I really
Why
don't.
Yeah.
trade Garrett Wilson and keep fucking Brees Hall? Why?
Because they need a reason for fans to show up to the stadium.
But why not
I-
trade Brees Hall, who has a much shorter shelf life than a wide receiver like Garrett Wilson?
I don't know, man. The Jets are going to do Jet things, and we just got to let them. Thank God we don't live in not East Rutherford, wherever.
Wherever in New Jersey that the
Yeah. Yeah, no, the
Yeah,
Jets,
and
Jets
then-
suck.
there's been a few second round holdouts for rookies. Some are participating in their team's mini camp, some are not. Just seems to be like a collective movement, right, to try and get more guaranteed money for second rounders as a whole. Typically, if one domino falls, the rest will too. So don't hate it by them to trying to get their money, but we'll see how long some of these holdouts go and see if it affects any potential playing time once the season gets closer.
yeah,
So I don't know if
mean,
there's any.
Typically, you'll. There we go. We'll see a little bit of rookie holdout, but typically it's first rounders, not second or even third rounders. But I don't know. I'm surprised about that.
I mean the
Second
NFL
rounders as a whole trying to get there.
the NFL like players' lifespan is so short. It was like 3 years. So like I totally get them to go out there and make their fucking money because they spent their entire lives doing this shit. So like if you have the opportunity to make millions and then, get booted out of the league, do it, The league would do the same thing to you if it could.
Yeah.
Get your money and run.
Yeah, it's a business. I mean,
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
looking. Everybody's got to get theirs.
So I'm
Yeah,
all for
well,
it.
Yeah. Other than
Moving-
the Vrabel news, it's been a pretty quiet NFL week.
Yep. So I was gonna move us on to something that has not been quiet. UFC 328. The actual dual titles, because the Joshua Van fight from the last numbered card got moved to this one. We got Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Chimaev kicked Strickland in the groin area in their.
Yeah, you got to hit him with like a knee shot. So I'm really wondering how much that affects him tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah.
Strickland was fucking pissed, but obviously, if you get hit with one of those, that could hyperextend. That could fuck some ligaments up. So look for that mobility tomorrow night.
Yeah, and then Chimaev actually kind of struggled with the weight cut, and there is some people on Twitter that are pretty loud that the scale was not read properly by the commission this morning, and Chimaev should not have made weight, but the commission wanted to make sure that he did. Allegedly, that's just what I'm reading on social media.
Where is this fight happening?
It's in Newark, I think, New Jersey.
Oh, Newark, New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something stinks to high heaven. The
Yeah,
mafia's involved.
yeah. But we got the middleweight title bout for Chimaev and Strickland, and then the co-main event is the flyweight title belt of Joshua Vaughn and Tara
Yeah, I'm
today
not even.
Junior.
Terry. Terry, I think he's a slight favorite. Van is the
Yeah.
dog, or at least plus money. This
Mhm.
card actually is really sick. At least
Mhm.
the main card, even into the prelims are a little weak, but overall, I think it's a pretty strong card.
Yeah, definitely. Volkov and Cortez Acosta as a heavyweight bout right before the co-main, and then Sean Brady and Joaquin Buckley. And starting off the main card, right? We got King Green, Bobby
Oh
Green
yeah,
versus Jeremy Stevens. Stevens missed weight this morning, but King Green's still going to kick that ass.
hmm
And then Jim Miller's on the prelims for this. Jim
Jim
Miller just
fucking
fought like
Miller, let's go.
right. Like I didn't realize he was on the prelims. So yeah, love to see Jim
Yeah,
Miller on this card.
even
I thought he was kind of done, but apparently he's not.
even there, you got Kopylov for the early prelims as the headliner, and then
Mhm.
I mean he's not the best, but he's still kind of a fun watch. And Pat Sabatini, if you're almost getting to the three fights in and got a semi name in the
Mhm.
UFC, this is going to be a great card. I'm pretty excited for it. So the
Yep.
Miller Lights will be flowing, and yeah, very excited to make my fiance watch a probably third or fourth King Green fight in her life. After the
Mhm.
first one, he's like, all he does is talk shit and doesn't put his hands up. He's just talking shit the whole time and eating them. I'm like, that's what he does.
Yep.
That's all he does. He talks shit, and he's somebody's hitting the ground. It's either him or the other guy.
All right. Super entertaining. You got to watch it. Um, yeah. Anything else, boys, we want to cover before we hop into our dogs and our locks for the week?
No,
No?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I always scramble this time of the week. I gotta fucking see what I got for a dog. Just a fucking
I can lead
dart
us
throw.
into the Doge. So last week I had George Russell. George, I'm not even drunk this pod, and I'm still
Kurt
struggling.
Russell?
Uh,
Well,
Kurt
Kurt
Russell?
George
Russell watching.
Russell,
Kurt Russell rules.
George from F1, to be the number one sprint qualifier. That did not happen. He kind of had a shit weekend down in Miami. And Sean had Paulo Boncaro to
Oh,
get a triple double.
yeah, I was swinging for the
Um,
fences there.
Fuck
yeah.
that guy.
So
Fucking love
uh,
Paula. Future Buck.
Fuck
No-
that guy.
no dogs hit last week. Hopefully we can get a dog barking this week. And I'm going right back to UFC 328. I'm going Sean Strickland money line. Now you might wonder why I'm doing this, especially when you see my weekly locks. I just think Sean Strickland has value at over 4-1 odds. Obviously, Hamzat is a huge favorite for a reason, but he had that tough weight cut, and I don't know, like Chimaev has said some like shit too at press conferences of Strickland. Not that Strickland's a good dude; he says shit too, but like this fight feels like a fight that like means more than just two guys that are talking to each other. And I don't know, like I just think I think this fight's a little bit closer than the 4-1 odds that I saw on Strickland earlier today. So I found it at 425. It's a sprinkle for me, maybe. You know, I don't necessarily love Sean Strickland money line. I'm not going to lock it, but yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to go with for my dog this week is Sean Strickland to somehow pull it out. I think the longer that fight goes, the better it is for Strickland.
Okay. Damn, you and the Mothman
all right.
going for Strickland.
Dean, I see you have a
Call back,
UFC
folks.
228 dog.
Yeah, I'll just fuck around. I'll do Jim fucking Miller at plus 220. It seems
Love it.
like who am I going to root for? The other guy or Jim fucking Miller? Come on.
Jim fucking Miller every day of the week.
Maybe Bruce will call him.
Um,
Who knows?
We can only hope. We can only hope. Nick, are you jumping in on any dogs this week, or are you taking it off?
No dogs. Ain't got nothing.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, let's move on to our weekly locks. So, going 4-0 back-to-back weeks, I feel like I'm going to give out my heaters to start this week as well, if that's all right with you boys.
Absolutely. Get that good juju flowing.
All right. Well, so this is where I said I'm kind of dating sisters here, right? So I just gave you a dog of Strickland money line, but my first lock is going to be Chimaev by sub. Um, like I said, I just think the value's there for Strickland in that dog bet. I think Chimaev's probably going to get it done, and if he's going to get it done, it's by sub. I think if this fight goes long, Strickland wins. So I don't think Chimaev's going to win by points, and I don't think he's going to win by TKO. So I'm going to lock Chimaev by sub, but if the dog hits of Strickland winning, wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, Chimaev
next
is
one was-
definitely the. All right, I just got to put Chimaev is definitely the safer sister, but Strickland's the slightly more racist. You're going to have a lot more fun with that one. I just
Right.
needed to put that out there.
I appreciate you doing that and there's a reason that the dog is the more fun one and the safer one's the lock. All right, moving on to another safe one, right? Staying in the UFC, Volkov money line. Volkov is just like, I don't know, just a fucking Russian destroyer. In the division of heavyweights where I kind of said earlier, right, they all suck besides the top dogs. Volkov is kind of one of those guys like Cyril Gane that's pretty decent. So I'll take Volkov to win that one. Minus 142. Don't love the odds, but should be a free win, I think. The next one I have a little bit of beef with, so I got my picks in first today. I picked Avalanche money line, and then as you'll see, right, the other hosts as well have Avalanche money line. So I just want everybody listening to know that I had this into our document first. Everybody else copied me. But the good news is we'll have an extra line to the parlay of the week, which did hit last week. Legger for plus 265, but it did hit. So shout out us. We'll see if we can hit a 4-legger this week with Nick back in and the Avalanche money line. And speaking of the parlay of the week, like I already have, I've got Nasri 2+ 3-pointers in game 3, which is tonight as we're recording this. So hopefully our producers can get this posted quickly. Nasri has hit this in both of the first 2 games of this series. And with Wembanyama, okay, whatever.
Wemby.
With Victor down in the post, Nasri's got to keep shooting that thing. So I like the value there of Nasri 3-pointers 2+.
All right, Sean.
All right,
Shut your beautiful ass up, both of you. I'll go next because we're gonna go from one 4-0 champ to another 4-0 champ. So
I went 0-4 personally, but
So I'm going to go with the Avalanche Wild on the over. I already was talking about earlier that the Avalanche has a shit defense. Not shit, but like their defense isn't as good as their offense. And over the past however many games, they've given up a good fucking fat stack of points. So I definitely think the over is going to continue to hit. I think their first game they played, they let up. It was like 10 points. The last game, it was 7 points. So I feel like that trend's going to continue to go in a fucking shootout. So the Avalanche, definitely Avalanche Wild over. Feel pretty good about that. The Flyers, the Hurricane Flyers over 0.5 goals in the first 10 minutes. The Hurricanes offense is just so fucking good. The Flyers defense is okay. I forgot to actually put down the odds for that one, the individual odds, so that's my fault. The odds for it are minus 130, which I'll punch in right now. But that one is, once again, I feel very confident in these 2 bets. Like, if I had to make my own parlay, I would definitely consider throwing, honestly, the Avalanche over Hurricanes and the Avalanche money line all in a parlay myself. I feel very confident in those. And then I am piggybacking off of Brogan's Avalanche pick on Moneyline. I didn't put it in the document. I was already going to go pure NHL. And the Avalanche Moneyline being at minus 130 is just like, I don't know why it's 130. I personally feel like it should be in like the 170 range. So I feel like there's a lot of value that you can get on that bet. At least on the green book. So, yeah. And then I am going to double down on the Hurricane Flyers over 0.5 goals in the first 10 minutes. So I feel very good about all that. And if you guys can see, we have our normal parlay of the week below. And then the Avalanche being golded means that it is our fourth leg. So we have the 3 legs on the bottom, and then the gold Avalanche pick is going to be our fourth one. So just had to clarify, putting that out there, and that's how we're going to do the parlay of the week. If we ever have a fourth pick like we do this week, we'll continue to do this way. So just to clarify. But yeah, easy money. Sean?
That was a lot of rambling for 3 picks.
Fuck you.
All right. I will get to mine here. So we got Knicks money line tonight. They're going against their game 3 in Philadelphia, taking on the 76ers. I've been kind of keeping tabs on this game. It has been an absolute roller coaster. The Knicks started out, it was like they were down 8-17, 8-20 at one point, and they have willed themselves all the way back. They're currently up 38-35. With about 8 minutes left in the second quarter. So the second we get off of here, I'm going to be locked in on my TV in the living room and just checking that shit out. So that's going to be awesome. Ideally, they get home at plus 130. Next one is Avalanche money line. I just mostly picked this because, honestly, I didn't even look. I don't read, as many of you may know. So I saw this one before I've been looking at my 2 co-hosts' picks and saw that. So it's unfortunate. Kind of pulled the rug out from under Brogan on that one for the parlay of the week, but that's all right. We live and learn. And then the next one is Sean Brady and Hamzat Chimaev money line at minus 120. I think Brady, as long as he doesn't get knocked out, because he's shown the last couple fights that he's got a chin, he's extremely susceptible, and who's he going against? Joaquin Buckley? That dude is a killer. Hamzat, I think he should get home against Strickland. I think his grappling and ground and pound approach is just going to be too much for him. That one you can get, like I said, at minus 120. And then we have last one is Spurs alt spread minus 3.5 at minus 145 tonight. First game on the road, so I expect the T-Wolves crowd to kind of get after it a little bit. Maybe rattle Wemby. Maybe he's not the complete alien. But even if he gives like a semi-ET performance, I think we're still going to get home pretty mightily. Maybe like a 7-8 point win, but more than enough to cover. So those are my locks, folks.
So yeah, we throw that alt line of Spurs minus 3.5. The Hurricanes Flyers over 0.5 goals in the first 10 minutes. Nasri 2+ 3-pointers made in the game. And Avalanche money line. And we get about plus 730, I think. So over 7-1 odds on this 4-legger. Like I said, hit it last week with 2 legs. Why can't we double that and hit 4 this week? Definitely think that's going to happen 100%. All right. No confidence from anybody else, I guess. So
Word.
I yapped enough.
All right. Anything else we want to yap about before we call it a week?
Just how much I enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, the official sponsor of the Milwaukee Brewers and the unofficial sponsor of this podcast.
No
be you,
free
Miller
ads,
Lite,
no
right up
free
there.
ads.
Right up there.
Instead of taking shots, we could just have to take shotguns of Miller Lights.
Shotguns and Miller Lite to the dome. Yeah, it sounds like a great day. Sunday through Saturday.
All right, boys. Well, that's the card for this week. Some bets will cash, some will turn into regrets, but either way, we ride. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following on Twitter to see all of Sean's Nerfies. We'll be back breaking it all down next week. Bet smart, and if it misses, take the shot. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.